everyone. I see you guys coming. If you check in, I'll say hi to you out loud, but if you don't, then I'm presuming you don't want me to say hi out loud, but I see you. Kane, good morning. Howdy. And I also I realized yesterday how much I love those, I'm going to just send this, those little hearts and thumbs up at the bottom. Those are great things. They encourage us teachers because we can kind of see them off in the distance and know that you're all still there with us. So, or with me. So, good morning, Birdie. Birdie, where do you live out of interest? I can't remember. Good morning, Donna. Donna, I love that you said that. Good morning, sunshine. Today I actually had a dark shirt on and I changed it purposefully to put on a brighter pink shirt and just to be a little brighter today. So, good morning, Catherine. This is great. Love it. Good. All right, the dogs are wrestling in the background. Love that heart, whoever sent that. Thank you. Good. There's another one. They're so cute. The things that give us simple pleasure. So lovely. Hi, Bev. Good. Oh, and Penelope, she just sneaks in when she knows class is starting. Right, 2 seconds ago, she was underneath the covers in the bed, kind of burrowed way down at the end. So she must know I was beginning and decided to come in. Great. So you can see Penelope. She is home from the hospital. We're still just trying to keep her going, trying to get her to eat, which is our biggest problem here. Good morning, Chelsea and Gracie. Nice to see you all. So she's with us, and we're just trying to give her as much love and support and see if we can get her on the other side of whatever's happening to her that we just don't know. So today I did send in my sort of message. I do encourage, and at this point, I see a lot of you kind of returning, and I love it. We're supporting each other during this time. Your home studio, I probably would suggest at this point you have like a couple of books or cans of soup, or if you have blocks, that's great. I know Amazon has lots. If you have questions and want to ask me what to order, you can always send me a message. I could make some suggestions. So those are just really helpful to keep the poses less stressful and a little bit more where we can find that easefulness that I'm really hoping we can find each time we come to our mat, some space to just let the brain relax. And as I love to say, move from that mind into our hearts, right? So I think that if we can do that more often, and when we see that we're not, just come back to that. Come back to breath, come back to kindness, come back to love to ourselves. Always starts there. And then we can genuinely send love out into the world. Okay? So I'm going to just put the crazy redheads away, and I'll be back. And we'll start 1 minute late. I'm sorry. I'm back. Sorry about that. This is so real life. It's funny at times. I keep trying to be more professional at times, and I consider myself, I'm doing pretty well under the circumstances. And then the real life comes in, and hey, Wayne from Jonesboro, Tennessee. How are you doing? It's, it is what it is. So this has been such a positive lesson for me to let go a whole bunch of what I can't control. So let's do this, okay? So today, as we begin on our mats, however seated you'd like to be, let me turn off this ringer. Good morning, sunshine. Good morning, Beanie. Just let yourself settle into your seat. Yeah, you too. Good girl. For me, Sukhasana with the legs crossed. For you, whatever crossing or situation that feels right. And I'm also sitting up on a cushion that's probably about almost 4 inches. So that kind of helps me lift up. It takes some of the stress, particularly out of my knees, and opens up the hips more naturally with less stress. We don't need it. And then today, just as we begin to take our practice, let's just start. I need it. Take a nice inhale through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. Letting go. And let's just do 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Yes. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. That feels much better. Just come into your space here. Yoga is the calming of the agitations or the busyness of the mind. Just letting you calm and come into your body. So as you do, just let yourself settle here. Give yourself that time to settle too. It's not like a light switch. Just notice where you grip. And see if you can let some of that go. Notice the hips, see if you can just soften, release them. Hopefully your seat is comfortable enough that you can do that. Notice the neck and shoulders. And same thing, see if you can let them go. Just breathe into them, that's how I do it. And then those eyebrows, let them go in the temple. Those eyelids, let them soften. Those cheeks, let them soften. Those lips, let them soften. And then let that tongue rest behind the bottom row of teeth. And just notice when you do that, there is some space that comes into the mouth. And just feel that. Connect to that. And endlessly just let go, let the shoulders melt. And as you do that, shoulders melting, begin to lift a little bit more through your pelvic floor. So lengthening the spine. Should feel good as you do this. I feel a little better about myself when I sit taller. And begin to notice the breath, where it is in your body, where those inhales and exhales are. And then today we're going to shape those inhales and exhales. We're going to move them through our body. That is our practice today in that pranayama. So just to start, take a soft inhale through the nose and a soft exhale out through the mouth. And 2 more, just soft. See if you can have that breath run through your body and release out. 2 more. Just notice the breath, don't judge it. 1 more. Beautiful. Now on this inhale, we're going to take that breath into our right lung, our right chest, our right shoulder. And then exhale out. And we're going to stay with that. Inhale, right lung, right chest, right shoulder. Filling it up. And exhaling out. 1 more, just like that. Feel the expansion into the right side of your chest, shoulder, lung, and then exhale out. And then from here into the left lung, left shoulder, left chest. Exhaling out. 2 more, nice and even breaths. Exhaling out. 1 more. And exhaling out. Beautiful. Now take this breath into the back of that right shoulder blade, the back of your body. Majority of our lungs are back there as well. So just take it, and when you find it, release out. Again, into that right shoulder blade, right shoulder, that lung, and exhale out. 1 more, just like that, into that right shoulder blade, right shoulder, right lung, and out. And then take it into that left shoulder blade, left lung, left shoulder, and exhale out. 2 more. And 1 more there. Beautiful. Now take the next inhale when it comes and take it into both ribs. You can even place your hands there as well if you like. Just feeling the ribs as they expand into your hands, and then exhale out. Again, 2 more. Inhale, fill up the rib cage. Feel that, and exhale out. 1 more here, filling up the rib cage. And exhale out. Beautiful. Now from here, we're going to fill up the rib cage, the front, the back of our bodies. Inhaling there. Doesn't need to be huge, just feel the connection. And then feel the exhale as it releases out. 2 more. That inhale. And that exhale. Just filling up the ribs, the front, the back of the body. Inhale. And that exhale. Take that next inhale and now really expand. Fill up as much as you can. And that exhale, controlled, release out as much as you can. Drawing the belly in at the bottom of that exhale. 2 more like that. Inhale is going to fill us up into the heart center. And then that exhale, controlled, releases out all the air. Belly draws in. 1 more. Beautiful. And then that just exhale, releases the belly button, draws in. Love it. Now from here, take that inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale, sigh out. Love it. Bring the hands to your heart center. Bow your head to your heart. So important. We kind of get pulled around, I say, by that head. And we really want to move into our heart so much more, especially these days where we can be in fear and anxiety and stress of the future. If we can move into our hearts, we can be more grounded, more loving, more in the truth of who we are. And the yogi says that the truth truly of all of us is love. Just feel that. Beautiful. Take an inhale, lift your head. Exhale out through your mouth. Inhale for Om. Beautiful. From here, just lift that head up. We're going to take these arms and we're going to reach them up to the sky. Get that nice big stretch, and that morning walk out a little bit. Unless you've already stretched, this might be the first time for you. It is for me. Just feels nice. Just kind of let your head go. Feel the body. No right or wrong. Love it. 1 more breath here. Good. And then take both arms up to the sky. Get that nice big reach. And then we're going to take these fingers, we're going to turn the palms out and just slowly brush the side walls. And as you do, begin to lift the shoulders, let the neck and, drop the shoulders and let the neck be long. Good. Fingertips come down behind you. And just open up that heart, that lovely stretch here where the shoulders melt away from the ears, a little bit of a back bend, but that belly button's kind of lifting up under the ribs. That's a nice way of saying lift up that core. And just take one more breath. That exhale again lifts the heart. Beautiful. And then from here, just come back, neutral spine. We're going to take the hands to the knees and just slowly begin a little bit of circling at the hips. So as you do, just notice how it feels. I'm a little rigid, I just noticed. So see if you can just let go if you're like that, of how I was just now. And just let yourself begin to circle here. It should feel good. Lower back, up the spine, into the neck and shoulders. And just let it begin to release. Good, and then switch direction. Just heading the other way. One more breath. Beautiful. And then come back nice and neutral. So we're going to take these legs. We're going to do some nice leg work today, some stretches, and we're going to open them up wide here. So again, you can stay sitting up on something. I'm going to just take mine out. And toes are up towards the sky, and the legs, they're not at this like really wide space. I want them to be in just a really healthy, comfortable space for you. Good. Just making sure my feet are clean. They look horrible in the visual in front, but they're actually, I just got out of the shower, so. Anyway, too much information. So just rock those sit bones. Good. Toes are up to the sky. Bring these hands behind you. Same thing like before. Lift out of the fingertips. Lift that belly button in and up. And just kind of push through the heels a little bit. And as you do this, I want you to feel these quad muscles engaging and lifting up. That also protects our knees so we're not collapsing into the backs of the knees, right? So staying here, take a nice inhale, and with the exhale, just lift that heart. Two more. Inhale, push through the heels, lift the heart, exhale. One more. Beautiful. Again, push through the heels, lift the heart, lift the belly. Love it. Now back to that neutral spine. We're going to bring the hands down in front. So this is where those props might come in. If you have a book, or if you have cans of soup, or if you have these blocks, it might just help you stay a little bit more from that collapsing that we do and a little bit more lengthening. And then from here, just begin to rock a little bit side to side. Same thing as before. You can make a little bit of circles if you like, whatever feels good today. One direction and then the other. If you're circling, just let it go. Let that lower back open. Just feel the energy up the inner thighs, inner legs. Good. And then from here, this becomes your option. Take an inhale and then maybe go a little bit deeper as you exhale. But I really want you to keep this in a space that's not this huge, intense yanking up the inner leg. It's the whole body, and it's sweet, and it's soft, and it's loving, right? I don't need you to injure yourself by overstretching. This pose often, the biggest place we feel it is the inner legs, but I want you to make it so it's the inner legs, the lower back, the spine, the shoulders, and the neck in a very breathable way. Two more breaths here, and again, you can always slide out, but that is not the goal. One more breath. Love it. And then just slowly begin to come back up. And from here, we're going to take and turn our torsos. Actually, we're going to bring that left leg in, and we're going to turn our torsos over that right leg. And you can always send a block underneath that left knee if you like. Sit nice and tall here, turn that torso, and same thing, take a nice inhale, and then just begin to walk out a little bit with the exhale. And just find that sweet spot. Take another breath, inhale, and that exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Keep those toes kind of turning up towards the sky, lifting the quad muscles so you're not taking this into the back of the knee. 2 more breaths. Should feel this into that left hip and ribs, up the back of the right leg, through the spine, into the neck. Good. Now from here, lift that belly button in and up, and slowly come back up. Really nice. Take the arms up to the sky, so get this nice big reach. And then from here, you're going to take that right hand to the outside of that left knee, and left hand's going to come behind you. Take an inhale, and then draw the belly button in as you twist at the waist, ribs, chest, and shoulders. Open up. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. And then slowly, you're going to come back to neutral, nice and neutral spine. We're going to take this left hand to the inside of that left leg, and this right hand, sweep it up to the sky. Take a nice inhale, get some length there. Draw the belly in, and then just slowly reach over. So that right hand might slide down that leg a little bit. That left hand reaches up and over. Good. Just feel that space. That nice stretch. Relax the head. Gaze can be up. Gaze can be down. What I do encourage is breath and a little bit of flow. 2 more breaths. Inhales and exhales. Feel that yummy stretch into the hips, into the ribs. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. And then very slowly, you're going to bring that left hand back down. Good. And we're going to take and switch legs. So as we do, that left leg goes out to the side. That right leg comes to the inside. That foot kind of pressing up against the thigh if you can, and if not, find that modification for you. Just protect your knees. You can always slide a block underneath that knee. Good. Sit tall here. Feel the sit bones. Same thing. We're going to bring these hands down onto the earth or a prop out in front. And just take a little time here, rocking slightly side to side. Notice how this might feel different in this side. Notice the sit bones. See if you can drop them down into the earth. And just take that little bit of rocking side to side. Let the head go. You can always circle a little bit if that feels good. And if you have that space, you might walk out, but stay in that loving kindness to yourself. Feels good. Feeling that into that right hip, that right rib a little bit. Good. And then very slowly, we're going to walk back up. Nice. And then from here, just turning that torso over that left leg. So at the waist, we're going to take that little bit of a twist as we take our line over that left leg. And then so here, reach out of the sit bones, lengthen your spine, and just walk out a little bit. And be careful. We have that tendency to collapse into the back of the knee, and that's the only place you feel the stretch. I want you to lift the quad muscle a little bit, kind of send the energy back into that right sit bone, and then reach forward. It definitely changes the pose. And then you're going to feel this into that right hip, that right rib cage, a little bit up that spine. Feel the breath, inhales and exhales. Keep them soft. And again. Stay with it. Just let yourself find the sweetness of this practice. 1 more breath. Exhaling. And then very slowly lift the belly button in and up. Good. And then from here, taking the arms up to the sky, get that nice reach. And we're going to take that left arm to the outside of that right knee, and right hand comes behind. Lift out of the hips, draw the belly button, and twist. Belly button, ribs, chest, shoulders open. Inhales and exhales. Inhale and exhale. Flex through that heel of that left leg. Beautiful. And then slowly release, just coming back to neutral. So from here, we're going to take this left hand to the inside of that left leg. Yeah. And this right hand, we're going to sweep it up to the sky. So get that reach first, that belly button lifting up. And then from here, just take and begin to reach over the toes a little bit. Doesn't need to be big. Just really keep a little bit of energy so you're not collapsing lower back and collapsing into the earth. Keep lifting out of it. Good. Just feel the breath. Try not to lock into it. A little bit of sway. Inhales and exhales. Exhales kind of reaching you into that space. And same thing, the head. Let it relax. Let the gaze be up or down. 2 more breaths. Keeping the sweetness. Keep it nice. Keep it nice and kind. 1 more breath. Love it. And then very slowly, just coming back up. Hand comes down. Beautiful. From here, we're going to take these legs and we're going to bring them out in front with a nice bent knee. Sitting tall. Just a little bit of a forward fold here. We did the sides of our bodies. We did the inside of the legs. I just want to kind of balance out both sides and a nice stretch into the spine. So taking and sitting tall, hands behind knees, open up that chest, and then draw the belly button and chest towards the knees or thighs. And then from here, you can take the hands behind the knees, hands, wrists, or elbows. Take another inhale that lengthens you. And then exhale, feel a nice little stretch coming into the back of the body. And then let the head go. Even let the shoulders roll a little bit. And you might shift the hands. You might find they reach a little bit deeper. Take your breath. 2 more breaths. The exhale, softening you, relaxing the muscles into the back. 1 more breath. Beautiful. Lift the belly button in and up first, then release the hands and roll yourself up. Good. We're going to come around to hands and knees, tabletop position. So as you do, just find your way here. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. I want you to take and really open up these palms, the fingertips, the hands, getting some activity into those hands and palms. And then shoulders go over them. And we're going to just begin to make some nice circles. 1 direction. Yeah, lift the belly button in and up so we're not collapsing in our core. No, 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 not allowed. Good. And then just switch, heading the other way. Love it. Good. And then from here, just find that neutral again. We're going to take a nice inhale and we're going to lift into that cow, but with this first cow, we're going to curl the toes under, that classic cow. Lift the chest and let the tail reach behind you, shoulders away from the ears. Should feel good. Take a breath there. Don't force, just connect to your body. Take another inhale. And then slowly begin to tuck the tail first, draw the belly in and round into cat, releasing the toes. Inhale, come back through to cow, curl the toes under. Exhale, release, round that spine to the sky, push out of the hands, should feel good. Inhale again, curl the toes, lift the heart. And exhale, round that spine to the sky, tucking the chin, breathing into the backs of the neck and shoulder. 1 more round, inhale to that cow. And exhale, rounding to that cat. Beautiful. Find that neutral spine here. We're going to sit back into child's pose. So with this child's pose, option, you can bring your knees wide or keep them a little bit more underneath you, whatever feels right. Hands can immediately kind of walk out or keep them a little bit softer and bent. This becomes your practice where you just need to take what your body needs, really connect to it. Let the forehead melt, so wherever you are, arms out or a little softer. We're going to take 3 breaths here, so really focus on the breath and focus on kind of melting the chest down. 2 more. 1 more. Beautiful. From here, come back up. Keep the hands where they are, out in front, or if they weren't, walk them out a little bit. And we're going to send the hips forward. So as you do, the shoulders now go over those hands that were out in front. And just feel that. Let the shoulders melt away from the ears. Let the chest open up. And then very gently let the hips dip a little bit. So again, this is your practice. Lift the belly button in and up. You don't have to go deep. You need to just protect your back, but feel the sweetness into the front of the body. Take a nice inhale there. And then lift the belly button and slowly head back towards that child's pose, lengthening the spine, melting into it. 2 breaths here. Inhales and exhales. 1 breath. Keep those arms out in front. Lift the belly button. And again, slowly shift forward. Shoulders over wrists. And then just gently let the hips dip a little bit and chest open up. Beautiful. Now, belly button's lifting in and up. Again, that's your core. Just bend the elbows and roll down the front of your body. It'll feel good as you arrive right down onto the earth. From here, we're going to take and bring the forearms down onto the earth and the elbows underneath the shoulders. So see if you can find that alignment. Elbows under the shoulders and palms down onto the earth. From here, push all of those toes down into the earth. Zip up the inner thighs and those quad muscles we found earlier. And then begin to send that heart forward, push into the palms as you kind of drag them back a little bit. And come into this Sphinx pose. So the head is kind of lifting the crown of head to the sky. You should feel a little bit of lengthening into the front of the body. This is the classic Sphinx pose. Now we're going to change that a little bit. I want you just to take this head and just begin to let it release. Relax the muscles a little bit into the core, into the back. Let that head just drape. And when you think you've draped all the way, I always love saying this, drape a little bit more, let go a little bit more. There it is. Taking 3 breaths, exhales, relax the back of the neck and shoulders. Exhales, letting go, releasing negativity. Good, 1 more breath. Exhale. Beautiful. And then from here, just slowly let yourself roll all the way down. Cross the hands for a moment and rest that forehead onto the tops of the hands. Really just allowing yourself to really let go. Inhales and exhales. Relax the muscles. 1 more breath. Beautiful. Now from here, slide these hands underneath the shoulders, right? So those elbows are behind you and they're kind of close to your rib cage. Zip up those inner thighs and begin to lift to that cobra, Bhujangasana, and then release. Inhale, cobra. Zip up the inner thighs, send that heart slightly forward, shoulders down away. Exhale, release. 1 more time, that inhale, cobra pose, heart forward, and then push out of the hands nice and slow, and come back, tabletop position, hands and knees. We're going to take this right leg, and we're going to take him, actually, you know what, I'm changing my mind. I want to come into a downward dog. I want to get some more stretch into that spine. Nice neutral spine with this downward dog. Pushing out of the hands, feet are a little bit wider than hip distance. And then just let that head roll a little bit. Yeah, just let it relax. And you can always take this downward dog in a version like this puppy dog, still getting a nice length in the spine, right? So modify it. Just 2 more breaths wherever you are. Just feel nice movement. Let the head go. Yeah, I'm glad I did that. I needed that dog. Good. And then very slowly, if you're in that downward dog, bring the knees back down to the earth. Good. And then all of us back at that tabletop. Now, we're going to take this right leg and we're going to step it through. So however you like to do that. And I encourage you, if you have those props, you might bring them in either side of that right foot. And then just find this first knee down lunge here, right? So as you do, just leaning in a little bit, letting the hips get some openness, the front of the left. Let that heart open here so we're not collapsed, we're lifting up a little bit. As you do, just feel the breath, let the shoulders melt away. Now, from here, I want you just to let that head go. So actually rounding again like we just did in that Sphinx pose. And just breathe there. You should feel a little bit of energy or activity into the front of that left hip or psoas as you do that. Just feel that into the back of the neck and through the front of that left hip. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to take and lift the belly button in and up. Send that spine long again. We're going to take these hands to that right knee and lift up. Take your time. So I'm going to shift that back foot, that front foot a little bit more under my knee. Find that balance, that gaze out in front. And then from here, we're going to take this right hand to our right hip, left hand up to the sky. Focus, lift the belly, tuck the tail a little bit, and then take this over to the right. Take 2 breaths there. Feel the balance, feel the stretch, feel the muscles working. 1 more breath. Beautiful. Come back up. And then take the hands down, finding those props again or the earth. And just come back into this lunge. From here, we're going to take this right foot and we're going to walk it a little bit more out to the edge of that mat, so a little bit wider. Those props or blocks are to the inside. Love the hearts, I just saw some come up. Inside of that right foot. And just lean in a little bit. Yeah. Now, here's the part that I want you to be really careful about and really connected to your body. Let that right knee kind of roll out a little bit. So even allow that foot, that right foot, to kind of roll to the edge of that foot. So now you're going to feel a little bit into the inside of that right thigh, or a lot, and a little bit to the outside, but also into the front of that left thigh. And the option here, you can always turn your torso a little bit towards that right leg. And all these other options, hand can come to that right knee, hand can come into the lower back. All these other options are up to you. I'm doing this today, and it's up to you if you want to shift that. Good. 2 more breaths. Relax into it. 1 more breath. Should feel good. Beautiful. And then ever so slowly lift the belly button in and up. Bring that right foot back onto the earth. Take the blocks back, one either side if you're using props of that right foot. And then from here, I just want you to extend that leg. So as we do, we kind of come back into that neutral, the back of the leg, the neutral spine, taking 2 breaths. Inhales and exhales. 1 more. Inhale and then exhale. Beautiful. From here, bring that right foot back down onto the earth and then begin to take that right leg back. And here's those options. You can come into downward facing dog, or you can slide into child or into puppy dog. So whatever it is for you, I'm going to do the downward dog. We're going to take 3 breaths here. Wherever you are, stay and feel the breath. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more breath. Exhale. Beautiful. And then slowly bring the knees back down onto this earth, back to that tabletop position. And now we're going to come to the other side. So taking that left foot and bringing it between the hands. So however you want to do that, I'm going to tuck my shirt in. Good. And then bring that foot between the hands, and again, you can slide those props in as well. And just lean in a little bit. Find that length in the spine at first with those shoulders down the back of the body and heart lifting. That also teaches us that this pelvic floor, this belly button, I'm always asking you to kind of knit up or lift up a little bit. That it's there and we need that support. Take that breath here. Inhales and exhales. And then slowly, just let the head go. So as you do, just, should feel good. I feel it right up the front of my right hip and some lovely sensation into the back of the shoulder blades and neck. Taking another 2 breaths. 1 breath. Beautiful. And then find that length in the spine. And then from here, we're going to slide the hands to the left knee and we're going to come up. Now, for me, I'm going to take my back foot, bring it in, my front foot back a little bit so it's underneath that knee. Gaze out in front, open up the heart, tuck the tail a little bit, lift the pubic bone a little bit. Right arm to the sky. Take a nice inhale. And then a little bit over to the left with that exhale. Staying for 2 breaths, but not locking. Inhale. Feel this into the right side of your body. Exhale. 1 more breath. And exhale. Now from here, as we come down, we're going to take and bring the hands back to the props or the earth, whatever feels right. I'm going to walk that left foot back, forward a little bit. And then from here, here's that place. We're going to take and walk that left foot out to the outer edge of our mat. Hands come to the inside of that left foot. I'm going to show you from here. Good. Yeah. And then from here, just lean forward a little bit, but stay open in that heart, in that chest. Take a pause. And then slowly let that left knee roll out a little bit. Now this becomes your practice again, where you really need to modify, not collapse. There's still that lifting of the pelvic floor and not overdo. Yeah, you should feel a little bit inner thigh, outer thigh, and front of right hip. Now those options, you can always take that left hand, a little bit of twist. You can bring it into your lower back. All these little options. I'm going to stay right here. Good. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Feels good. And then slowly bring that left foot back down onto the earth. Take the blocks either side of that left foot. And then from here, we're just going to extend that left leg and get a nice stretch into it. So left sit bone goes back, right hip rolls forward a little bit. 2 breaths, inhales, and exhale. 1 breath, inhale, and exhale. Beautiful. From here, bring that left foot back down onto the earth. Now this time, we're going to take and lift that right leg up, knee comes off the earth, and we're going to step forward. Good. So as we step forward, bring the feet a little bit wider here and lengthen out. So get some nice length into the spine and then melt into a standing forward fold. Taking your time, should feel good. Same thing, let yourself rock slightly side to side here. Yeah, just let the body open. Opposite elbows or arms can dangle, whatever it is for you. You can have hands onto the props as well. Take another breath. Now, take that inhale through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. Tuck the chin, tuck the tail, engage the inner thighs and core, and roll yourself up. Take your time. Should feel good. And let the heart open at the top. Shoulders melt away. Bring the feet underneath you. And from here, we're going to take that right foot, or whatever it is probably so that you can see me, and we're going to step it back this wide stance here. Yeah. Toes are going to start by facing out in front and maybe even a little bit turned in. Lift the inner thighs. I just don't want the toes turned out yet. Good. Lift the inner thighs. Take a nice inhale and an exhale. From here, take these arms, reach them up to the sky at first. Inhale. And exhale, tuck the tail, lift the pubic bone. Now from here, take the arms into a star. Just love this shape. Take an inhale, open it up, lift the chin a little bit, and exhale, really stretching the front of the body. One more breath, inhale, and then exhale. Love it. Now from here, take and turn those left toes out and move into warrior two. Nice and smooth there, yeah? So as you do, those left knee toes and knees have alignment. So that left knee is kind of reaching over, say, the third toe. You should feel some external rotation into that front thigh and same into that back thigh. Lots of energy here. Take a breath. And again, inhales and exhales. Beautiful. From here, we're going to take and lengthen out that front leg, that left leg. We're going to shift the fingertips, the torso a little bit forward. And to start, we're going to take this right hand to our hip. And then let that left hand come down to that left leg. Doesn't need to be deep. I want you to keep lifting the pelvic floor and opening up that heart, right? So there's kind of right shoulder over left, left shoulder over leg. Take a breath here, inhale. And then maybe go a little bit deeper, but whatever feels right for you. Lifting the pelvic floor, you should have a nice stretch into that right hip, inner leg. An option always, take that arm to the sky, up to you for two inhales and exhales. Zip up those inner thighs. One more. Good. And then just one little touch. Inhale. And then take that right arm and reach it a little bit longer. Oh my goodness, that feels good. And then slowly bend that left knee, come back up to warrior two. Whew. Love it. From here, turn those left toes in. Take and reach the arms up to the sky. Get that nice big inhale. And then open up to that star as you exhale, lift the chest. One more breath, inhale. And exhale, lots of energy. Beautiful, take a nice inhale. Turning those right toes out, warrior two. Beautiful, find that space. Yeah, so that right knee is over, say that third toe. Same thing, there's that external rotation, a little bit of the tuck of the tailbone, lift of the pubic bone. Shoulders kind of over those hips, right? Take a breath. Good. Now, from here, we're going to take that front leg, that right leg, and we're going to reach out of it. So we get that length, that kind of lift that we found in the star. And then we're going to take the right fingertips a little bit forward, lift the pelvic floor, and then let that right hand come down to that right leg. And this hand, can be on the hip, or you might take it up to the sky. So again, modify, make it yours. Take your time. So that left shoulder kind of over the right and right shoulder over that right leg, that alignment. Keep lifting, energizing the legs. One more breath, arm to the sky or not. Good. Now, here's that option. Take an inhale, and then just take that left arm, nice extended Utthita Trikonasana. Beautiful. And then lift the belly as you come back up. That's a big stretch. Warrior two. Love it. From here, take a nice inhale and an exhale. From here, take your gaze out in front. We're going to take this back down to the mat. So we're going to take that left hand, kind of bring it down to the mat. Right hand follows. Roll to the ball of that foot. You're in a little bit of a lunge here. Option, you can take and step right back to a downward dog, or bring that right knee down and then slide this left knee back. Remember where we started? Good. And then option, downward dog, child or puppy dog. Just let it be all about you. I'm going to take that dog, that downward dog. Yeah, wherever you are, just take 3 more breaths. Inhales and exhales. Inhale and exhale. 1 more breath. Inhale and exhale. Love it. Slowly bring these knees down to the earth. Release the toes. We're going to have these hands out in front of us a little bit like where we started. And we're going to slide forward to that knee down plank. Beautiful. Let the hips dip a little bit. Let that heart open. And then bend the elbows and just roll down the front of the body. Beautiful. And then as you find your space here, just want you to take and bring the palms one on top of each other, and then just let that forehead rest there. Let the back of the body relax. Let the shoulders relax, and when you think you're relaxed, I love it, relax a little bit more, because for me, I think, oh yeah, I've let go. I just want you to let go a little bit more. All those muscles into the back of the body. 2 more breaths here. 1 more breath. Beautiful. Now, keep that forehead down, and we're just going to bend the knees so they're at about 90 degrees, and I just want you to take and circle the ankles. Yeah, get some energy into the feet. I love getting energy into the feet. I never realized how much I needed until I do it. And then switch direction. Really nice. Good. And then from here, just for our lower backs, just take and rock the knees slowly one direction and the other. Forehead can stay down. Just relax into it, no right or wrong. Beautiful. And then just slowly from here, we're going to take and roll over onto our backs. Yeah. So as you come onto your back, yes, I want you to bend your knees and let your soles of the feet stay onto the earth. Yeah. So as your knees are bent, soles of the feet are onto the earth, let the knees be over the ankles a little bit. And then from here, we're going to just take and do 3 rounds of pelvic tilt. So you can just watch if you don't know what that is for a second. I want you to keep this lower back, where the sit bones are, keep those down onto the earth. And then I want you to lift that belly button up to the sky and get that nice curve of the lower back. There it is. So that pubic bone kind of moves away from your belly button. And now from here, take the belly button and push it down into the spine and the spine down into the earth. You should feel a nice kind of lengthening of the back of the body. That's our pelvic tilt. So we're going to take that again. Inhale, we're going to lift, belly button, get that curve into the lower back. Exhale, belly button, spine down into the earth. That's 1. Inhale, find some smoothness now. Lift. And exhale, lower, push down into the earth. 1 more. Beautiful, and exhale to lower. Nice. So that just kind of loosens up the pelvic floor and allows that nice kind of fluid motion for our lower back as well. We're going to take and draw this right knee into our chest and give it a hug. And as you do, just really kind of massage it in for a moment. Yeah. And then we're going to take this right leg. We're going to reach it up to the sky. Bring the hands behind that leg to support it. Hello, smiley faces. I saw that. Love it. And then from here, just like we started, kind of push through the heel of that foot to get some length into that leg, a little energy up the back of the leg. And just feel that inhales and exhales. Again. Beautiful. Now, from here, we're going to bend that right knee. And you can have that that right hand come behind that right knee. I want you to open that right knee out to the side a little bit, kind of like we did when we were in that lunge. And as you open it out, just get some energy behind the thigh, inner thigh. And then I offer, hand can stay there. Hand can come to the ankle. Hand can also take a yogi toe lock, pointer finger and thumb around that toe. And then just let that open up, let that left knee roll out. Yeah, it's a half happy baby. No right or wrong. If you're finding that you're very tight here, you can always take and just bend the knee a little bit and bring the hand behind it. So please, anything is good movement. Don't judge it. We don't need judgment. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Beautiful. And then from here, take and bring this right knee back into your chest, giving it a hug. And then slide that right foot down onto the earth. And coming to the other side, we're going to take this left leg, draw it into your chest, giving it a hug in, taking a moment there. Let that lower back kind of melt into the earth. And then take that left leg, you're going to reach it to the sky. Love it. And just feel the space there. Begin to push through the heel of the foot. So kind of lengthening, let the belly button draw to spine and spine to the earth. Taking 2 more breaths. Those exhales kind of pushing through that heel. 1 more. And then from here, excuse me, bending that left knee. That left hand can be behind that left knee. We're just going to open that knee up a little bit to the side. Let that right knee roll out a little bit. Now you might stay here, or you might find you take that hand and find that ankle, or you might take a yogi toe lock and come into that half happy baby. Wherever you are, just breathe. Try not to roll over to the left, but keep that lower back even onto the earth. That's a little bit of that core helping you do that. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Love it. And then just bring this left knee back into your chest. Right foot slides to the earth. And now we're going to take and bring both knees in, so that right knee comes in, and just massage that lower back. Should feel good. And from here, we're going to take and come into a twist. So to take this first twist, we're going to take and bring our knees over to the right. I need to move away from the wall. So the knees can be drawn in or start with the feet on the earth. Either way is fine. And just take these knees over to the right. Yeah, take your time. You can always bring a blanket or a prop underneath those knees. And then you might take that left arm, reach it out to the side, really managing your shoulders, not overdoing. You can also take that left hand and just place it on your rib cage. Whatever feels right. Breathe into it and out of it. Find the breath here. Three more breaths as we take a little more time here. Relax the muscles, relax the body. 2 more. And 1 more. And then very slowly releasing, coming back up, sliding the soles of the feet to the earth. And just a pause in the middle, draw the knees back into the chest, that nice little neutral stretch. Relax the muscles. And then from here, option, taking the feet down to the earth to take the twist from there, or keeping them lifted as we take the knees over to the left. Take your time. Let that right arm open out to that T. So there's that kind of still lifting of a gentle lift of the pelvic floor. There's that twist that happens as you open up that chest. That right arm out to the side, or like before, you might place it onto your rib cage. If your shoulder has an injury or tightness, find a balance, not a force. Three more breaths. The exhale is releasing, relaxing you. One more breath. Beautiful. And then just slowly bring these knees back. Yeah, and feet can be on the earth or draw them into your chest. Should feel good. And then from here, we're going to take these legs, hands behind the knees. And we're just going to extend the legs. They don't have to be long. This is really kind of a relaxed shape here. We're going to just then bend the knees and kind of open them a little bit wider. If you want to come into a full happy baby, you can. Taking the ankles or the pointer finger and middle finger around the big toe. It's up to you. Two more breaths here. One more breath. Beautiful. And then bring those knees back into your chest. Slide the soles of the feet down to the earth. And then as we move into Shavasana, just let the legs go long. Let the hips roll out. Let the knees and ankles and feet roll out. Feel space into the hips. Space between the shoulder blades. Take a nice inhale. Exhale out. And just let your body go here. Let your body release. Feel the practice within you and all around you as you react with more loving kindness to yourself and to the world. Let yourself melt. Let yourself go. Let each breath, each inhale, each exhale, release the mind, move into your heart. Just stay for a few more breaths. Give yourself that time. Just a few more inhales and exhales. Soft, even, releasing, loving breath. And then slowly just begin to roll yourself over to your right side. And as you roll to your right side into that fetal position, pause into that space of gratitude, that space of thanks. And then ever so slowly, just begin to lift yourself up. Finding your seat. And just feel your body. Bring your hands to your heart center. Let those palms come to your heart. Bow your head. Bow into that sweetness, that goodness. Moving from the mind and into the heart. Take an inhale as you lift your head. Exhale out through the mouth. Inhaling for Om. As we bow to ourselves, we bow to each other, honoring all the goodness, all the light inside of you, inside of me, as we are the same. Namaste. Thank you, yogis. I hope you have a beautiful day. I will, in a couple of hours, be putting out my schedule for the weekend. And also then over the weekend, I'll put out the schedule for next week. It'll be basically, as far as I know, at this point, identical to the one we just had. So I hope you can show up for me, for yourself. And again, I endlessly ask if there's anything that I can offer or suggestions that you might have. I'm more than open to them. My website, millbrookyoga.com, has places if you'd like to make donations. We appreciate it. There's Venmo, there's PayPal, and there's a mailing address. So again, thank you for your support. And thank you for keeping me in a schedule and a routine. I am just so grateful to be able to practice together.